Hello, dear Scorpio, and welcome to Divine Debut 11. This is Kathy speaking, and this is your July of 2025 love reading. I hope you're all doing well, and this is a Patreon reading that will be released to the public after the 20th of July, or on the 20th. Special thanks to our patrons, of course, as they support this channel. Do check your other placements as well. Today we'll be using the Twin Flame Journey Tarot, Amira's Love Oracle, Mystic Moon Oracles, the Mystic Moon Twin Flame Messages at the end of the reading, and we're taking some Lavera Sibila and the Wisdom of the Oracle. Okay, this is the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. We take the Karma Dharma relative to love. Dear Scorpio, Mercury will be retrograding from mid-month in the sign of Leo, so you will be under scrutiny. You're going to have to move. You're going to have to make changes. It is retrograde season, and let's see what's coming through for Scorpio. Scorpio in the month of July. Scorpio, very interesting and very important, is on the 7th of the month, Uranus will leave your house of others, your relationship house, especially if you're a Scorpio rising, and you will have a period of 3-4 months where you will be not under pressure. The pressure will not be coming from the people opposite you, your most important one-on-one relationships, of course. But then down the track, after a few months, Uranus will return, so you'll probably by early 2026 see the fundamental changes relative to the other people, the most important people in your life. So what's going on for Scorpio, please, Spirit? Wow. Wow, you're the only sign that's gotten this, and you're the fifth or sixth sign that I'm doing. You've got the devil, and the devil is a lot of karma. It is a lot of karma. I see an imprisoned heart. I see a heart out of bounds. I see a heart that needs its freedom, its oxygen. This is a heart out of bounds for me. For whatever reason, the devil is Capricorn, and Capricorn means hard work, responsibility, maturity, what you're trying to manifest. I mean, this could speak to responsibilities, really hard work where love is concerned. Some of you may be stuck in a situation where there's a lack of happiness, there's fears, there's addictions, addictive behaviors, cycles, narcissism. All these things speak to the devil, and here it speaks to mastering matters to do with the heart, this imprisoned heart that you may have self-imprisoned your heart, or it could be that you're connecting with someone whose heart is out of bounds. If that's not you, that could be the case for some of you, of course, because Uranus is right opposite you in your house of relationships, and that's where the big changes, the big shifts will happen. A lot of awakening, because Uranus is going to enter Gemini, so it'll be more about clarity, more about change, and there will be revolutions relative to matters of heart. Very important for you indeed. So this could be a blocked heart chakra as well, because of conditioning, because of responsibilities, you're needing to go through a maturing and mastering matters to do with the heart, learning to open up your heart and be vulnerable. We know, Scorpio, that you do signify secrets and mysticism and mysteries and fears. You don't open up your heart easily. Once someone wins over your heart, that's it. It's hook, line and sinker for good. You are, after all, a fixed water sign. So there can also be, if you're dealing with someone that is older, you could be dealing with someone that's at a more mature age, and your perception may be telling you they're out of bounds to you. It's not the person, but the devil also speaks to very strong sexual attraction, as well as secret love affairs, third parties, and lots of karma around love. Let's see what's coming through for Scorpio, please, Spirit. Thank you for your guidance. Archangel Gabriel or any archangel that wants to guide is welcome here. What's going on for Scorpio? Eight of Swords, very similar. Imprisonment and an imprisoned heart. What's going on, Scorpio? What is your challenge? This is your perception. Or someone's telling you, or they may feel themselves, they're telling themselves that this love connection is out of bounds. Okay, you may have had many cycles with a particular person, going through a lot of learning, a huge learning process. We've got the Knight of Wands in the challenge, passionate adventure, but that's in the challenge. Knight of Wands is play, it's flirtation, it's freedom. This could speak to dealing with a foreigner, being at a distant place from the person that you've connected with. Maybe the challenge is this passionate adventure to become more stable, more long-term, because Saturn, which rules Capricorn, is also the glue for long-term relationships. And the challenge here is to make a relationship long-term, but there could be physical distance, or there could be differences within what you believe, what you grew to believe, and you could be dealing with a foreigner, for instance. What's crowning you, and what is your goal? Four of Pentacles, scarcity mindset. This is what's trumping you. Scarcity mindset. That's like, it's the Four of Pentacles, of course, and I do get Taurus, even though it could be Capricorn energy here. The scarcity mindset could speak to someone that has a closed off heart chakra, that is not giving enough, not allowing themselves, or maybe just karma and timing and lessons are what is blocking this relationship. And there's a scarcity mindset, that there's not enough openness of heart. Usually in the traditional Four of Pentacles, we see someone protecting their heart again, and money and finances could play a major role, where someone's keeping on the low the information about what's going on in their personal daily life, in their home life, right? Where are you coming from in the past? Ten of Wands, heavy burdens. Heavy burdens with a Ten of Wands, dealing with a lot. Coming up to a very heavy cycle that is coming to a completion. Someone needed to go through an awakening, through an aha moment in the past, or it felt really heavy, being able to open up a heart, to open up your heart, or maybe if you've fallen for someone who is blocked from you, who is in another relationship, another commitment, long-standing it could be, then that would have been really heavy for you. Or someone's been carrying a heavy burden, and they've been blocked off to you, therefore not available to you. And that is not something easy. Four of Swords, another four. Lots of fours speak to home, healing and recovery. Obviously something's happened here. Four of Swords comes you know, comes after the Three of Swords, and it's a really difficult card, which says the warrior needs to relax, needs to heal, needs to think, needs to gather their energy. This could also say that you've been working a lot, so matters pertaining to heart have been blocked off for you. If you've been going through financial stasis, where you've been gathering up your pennies, obviously that could override the ability to move forward relative to matters pertaining to heart, because this could speak to exhaustion as well. And obviously there's been a heartbreak, there could possibly be third parties because of the Three of Swords that precedes the Four of Swords. So a lack of communication, possibly. Someone isn't going through an easy time of it. I feel it's you, Scorpio. I do feel it's you with Uranus. Uranus is very unexpected, very much about breaking free. You may have had shocks and surprises, shocking events happening for you relative to your most important relationships. Let's see what the possible outcome is. And we've got the Queen of Swords, sharp and assertive. Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Queen of Swords is usually a divorcee. She's usually in separation. A lot to do with the perception, a lot to do with the mind and the way you communicate or don't communicate. Right? Queen of Swords, she usually is very detached. She's very much about the reality of things. She needs clarity, and she also demands balance and harmony in relationships. So if there hasn't been a reciprocity relative to the flowing of energies between you and another, then Queen of Swords could be someone that's blocked you, that's cut you out of her life. She could be someone that's moving on. I don't know, dear Scorpio, I feel as though it's a really important turning point for you in your love life. We will be taking more cards, obviously. We've got Three of Cups, celebration and community. Three of Cups is a reconciliation card, but it can involve third parties. Could be that the community is aware of what's going on with you and your life. You may have taken a blow relative to your status and your social standing in your community, because the Three of Cups can also speak to gossip, which is not something that Scorpio likes. Scorpio is very hidden. They don't like people knowing about their personal life. We've got the Eight of Wands, the Ten of Cups, contentment and joy, Two of Cups, what is going on here, and the King of Swords. Obviously here in the past, I feel that this has got to do with the past. That even if you or the other person, you've had a taste, you or the other person, you've had a taste of the Two of Cups and the Ten of Cups. There's been contentment and joy. But I feel that because we've got a King of Swords and a Queen of Swords here, two people that are blocked off, where, well, obviously they both see things through the logical perspective, so not open. Their heart chakra is blocked off and protected. And yeah. I will come back to that. Dear Scorpio, because it's sort of thrown me off, and I want to give you the correct answer, the correct reading. We shall see. Let's take a Mirror's Love Oracle. I feel I need to tell you that you may have found the person that you feel is your other half, but you were closed off to them. I feel that this was like something that needed to happen because there was some karma that you needed to work through. And obviously here with the King and the Queen of Swords, they could be two people that have just made an agreement. It's like, okay, the mind, there's a cerebral connection for sure, but there's no emotional openness here. Now, of course, King of Swords, this could be you, of course. It could be because this is Aquarius and you're a fixed sign. So I do feel that this could be you. So you've met the person that gave you a lot of happiness here, but you were very, you were coming through as more logical, that things, there was no logic in this connection for whatever reason. And usually when a divine partnership comes in, someone that makes you feel so happy, the King of Swords would be, they would say no because it's not logical. It's not what I've been always thinking of. This is not the person that would be my perfect match. This can't be the person because they're very different. Even though there was because the Eight of Wands, energy surge and communication, a lot of connection through the mind, a lot of sexual connection, but I feel that the King of Swords here is turning a blind eye to the emotional side of the connection. And that could be because there was an involvement of third parties because of the Three of Cups. Let's see what's turned up here. Let's see what's coming through. Obstacles. Obstacles concerning a past life connection. Someone that you've connected with that feels very familiar to you indeed. There were obstacles and there were lessons. Someone that you thought was a true gem. Someone that handles gems, crystals, someone that was not what you always fantasized and dreamt of, but someone that's caught your attention, someone that gave you a lot of happiness, a lot of contentment, but they were not the right fitting person. And that's why I feel that you had to go through this mastering of your heart, and you've literally blocked off your heart. And that's why we've got the Four of Swords here, because you've got a broken heart. I feel here it's as though you were turning a blind eye to your core truth, and always down talking a relationship, someone that was always coming to your mind, someone that you telepathically connected with, but also very sexually were attracted to. Of course, this is a past life connection. There is a reason why they've come into your life. That the obstacles, of course, speak to lessons. And obviously, you've been connected with this person from a past lifetime. When I see the eye of the Sphinx here, the black eye, the eye is the mirror to the soul. And there's great depth. There's great depth there. You've got the ability through the eyes to connect, and the memory comes through that this person feels very familiar, or the connection is really, really deep. I mean, the eyes are the mirror to the soul. So I feel that there is a soul connection here, which you've intently or wrongly did not let into your heart, or tried to not let them into your heart, because if this could be an imprisoned heart, for those of you that cannot move past, because you may be trying to get out and about, meet new people, so on and so forth, because even the Knight of Wands, which is the player, is in the challenge position. It's as though you've met the one and you can't surpass the emotions, well, the hidden under the rug emotions, I want to say, and the true feelings that you have. So you've intentionally blocked off your heart, not wanting to allow your heart to open, even though, you know, the person you've met has probably already imprisoned your heart. They've already they've won over your heart. You may just not want to see that. Now, if that is the story, your story, okay, you can flip the energies. Maybe this is the opposite. Maybe someone has won your heart over, but you're not wanting to see the truth. We could also see it like that. Let's get a little bit more information. You need to trust your intuition. This is a past life connection. It's very, very important. We've got new love. This is like the opening of the heart chakra. There is a possibility also here that some of you could have been connected to another connection who did not win your heart over, and therefore you had to master your heart. You dealt with a lot of karma, a lot of lessons, right? You had some karma that you needed to work through, and time was necessary. Time allowing, which is Saturn and Chronos, where you needed to be able to learn the lessons, mature, and finish up, because you needed to go through healing and through recovery. We see the Queen of Swords in the near future. I do feel that this could be an ex. Either that, or if this is the person that you have not let into your heart, let's say, they're sort of mirroring you now, and maybe the tables have turned. Maybe you had someone that was chasing you forever, and we could say the opposite. You were being chased forever. Now the tables have turned, and Queen of Swords holds the sword now. She may have turned her back on you if this is someone that was not your right fitting person, let's say. Or the Queen of Swords could just say that there will be truthful communication about someone that's going through separation and divorce, or someone that's single, something like that. Because we see the new love and we see past love. The past love is going through a healing process. I don't know if it's the same connection, the same relationship. This could be a new love cycle with a past love. Let's not rule that out. And we've got a blonde female, blonde or a little bit reddish. She's got light colored skin. She's quite fair. She may have light colored eyes. She's very casual, very going with the flow. Earth and water I get here. Maybe a little bit of fire because of the red tinge in her hair. And we've got the Ice King, which is the King of Swords. I do get Aquarius and Leo here. Wallflower. The Ice King. Someone who does not show emotion. Someone that's bored. Someone that holds back on their desires, on their emotions. Someone who could possibly be receiving some advice, some legal advice as well, or someone that's trying not to show their desires. They're holding back. As you could see, he's wearing a suit of armor, so he is protecting his heart, as you could see here. Okay, let's get more cards. Let's get a little bit more advice. Scorpio, let's see what's coming through. For Scorpio, dear Spirit, what is the advice? What is the advice for Scorpio? And we've got blessed, and I was going to take it in the upright, but I was meant to take it like this. Blessed is in the reverse, and it's number 22, so there are dilemmas. There are opportunities, though. I don't know if travel is involved here, because of the 22 is like the path, where there could be adjustments or dilemmas or choices. Let's read the reversed message. And it can involve travel, of course. The reversed protection message says, humility is called for now, as grace is an unearned gift. You didn't gain this by your own desires or actions. To be who you need to be, you can no longer do what you did. In a way, you have hit rock bottom, and what is required now is nothing less than total surrender. Then you will be blessed. So see, humility. Humility is a big word, dear Scorpio. Now, I don't know if this is you or you're dealing with another sign. We've mentioned some signs already. Let's take another layer here, but before we do that, let's take 3 La Vera Sibilla. For Scorpio, what's happening? For Scorpio, please, Spirit. Scorpio. In the month of July. We've got La Reunion, 8 of Wands. We've got Ladro, which is the thief, usually a third party. Someone who breaks and enters into a family situation. This is a third party situation. This could be an unexpected reunion, because the Ladro is like the thief, like the 7 of Swords. When you least expect it, someone's returning, and we've got reunions, so there are returns this month. And we've got Sospiri, which is torment or waiting on your ships to come in. I would say that this reunion may be somehow blocked, or if not blocked, more so promised for the future. But there's still third parties here, because we've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is like a family situation. There's also physical distance, surely, with the 6 of Swords here. We've got a lot of thought, the Merchant. Now, the Merchant is someone who has got their own business. They're an entrepreneur. They are looking into the future. They're needing to make a decision. They're thinking, to me, the Sospiri and the Merchant, they're thinking of each other. They're thinking of the physical distance. There's telepathy here. And then we've got six of Wands, like the ability to succeed, to be recognized. We've got Consolante Sorpresa, a sudden turn of events, sudden, shocking, unexpected possibility here of change, which brings in good change, because we see the money, which speaks to value, and the masks come off. So no more animosity, and the Namika could be, she's like the Queen of Swords. So you're seeing what the animosity is, or who the enemy is here. And that's going to come through very suddenly and unexpectedly. We've got an Ace of Cups, which is like a meeting, a new beginning, a potential here, a positive conversation as the masks come off. And we've got news. The news could also relate to possibly to legal papers, legal divorce. That could be what someone else is waiting on. I mean, we see Suspiri, she's been waiting on news, she's been waiting on her ship, which could be anything. Waiting on her person, waiting on news, waiting on a decision, waiting on the change, the sudden change, waiting for the masks to come off, waiting for the truth, waiting on communication. So much waiting, dear Scorpio. Now, you're good with waiting because you're a fixed sign, but I don't know who you're dealing with. I mean, you're coming through as Aquarius, so you may have also some air in your chart, which makes you want quick communication, you want quick clarity. So I mean, air is quick, it's the way we perceive, but if you've got Aquarius, of course, is another fixed sign. So fixated on certain beliefs, certain truths that you hold, which may not be truth, which may not be totally true. And that's probably why Uranus is opposite you and is going to bring some awakening to you. We see the pensiero. Pensiero is like the hermit, so someone putting a lot of thought into communication. I mean, this is Six of Pentacles, the reciprocity, the give and take. I've been giving more here, I haven't been giving enough, or one person has been reciprocating, the other person hasn't. This could be a lot of thought relative to what you're going to communicate, or what you're getting a professional to write in a contract. This could be, the hermit could be a psychologist. It could be a professional that you're seeing. Well, it could be an advisor. This could be your accountant for all I know, but there's a lot of thought relative to communication. And because the pensiero is like the hermit, there's been a lot of quiet, but things will happen suddenly and very unexpectedly. That's what I see here. Let's get more information here. Let's see what's going on with the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords for Scorpio. In the now, the Hanging Man, waiting or needing to close up a cycle, needing to surrender, to release. Someone is bound until they're free. They need a bit more time. And being free is how we perceive things, so maybe needing to change one's perspective. Now, Scorpio, because we've got the North and the South nodes, which are karma, in Virgo and Pisces, Pisces is the North node, and that's in good aspect to you. So you may have help in being released, being you've received your penalty, you've received your lessons, I would say here. Now, because the Nine of Pentacles, of course, is Virgo, that's the South node, that's what you need to release and get uncomfortable from. Maybe this scarcity mindset could have played a role, that you're looking for a person that was very financially stable, and you're the person that you've connected with was not in a situation as that. Maybe that was a lesson for you, because unconditional love is not, there's no price tag on that. That could have been a heavy lesson for you. Let's look at the Knight of Wands. We've got the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is opportunities, many opportunities, but much illusion as well, or much deception. If there's physical distance between the two of you, it's very easy to have misunderstandings, to not see things clearly. So to me, this is like saying and some of you may have had many opportunities for Seven Cups is many opportunities, many romantic opportunities. Knight of Wands is someone who doesn't want to settle down. And these are in the challenge position. So I don't feel that you're concentrating on all these opportunities. I feel that you've sort of lost your way. And I feel also that you've changed a lot, because the Knight of Wands is in the challenge. No more play. This is about you getting serious, I feel here. Let's have a look at the Ten of Wands. We've got the Queen of Cups and the Six of Cups. Being open emotionally and with a soulmate, or even realizing that you've connected with, because the Queen of Cups would probably be, it could be a Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio. I don't feel that this is you. I feel that you've met someone that's, as I said, they remind you of your past. But the openness of the heart of this Queen of Cups was a heavy burden for you. This was not something that you would have expected, and from this particular person. Let's look at the healing and recovery. There's the Queen of Swords. Again. Three of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a family situation. This could possibly be a divorce. That's why I said that this could be the person that is the person that's wounded you, because the Four of Swords, of course, there's five swords here now. Five swords is difficult words, lots of fights, arguments, legalities, relative to money, relative to who takes what, a lot to do with money. So maybe you're suffering financial loss, which I said before with the Four of Pentacles here. And of course, financial stability is incredibly important for you, Scorpio. This could be the partner from hell, someone that's also clashing with your extended family, I feel here. This was, I think you bit off a lot more than what you can chew in the past, dear Scorpio. This is a heavy realization for you. And there's the Knight of Wands again. The Knight of Wands again. And the King of Wands. Scorpio, this is you, of course. Of course this is you. Even though the King of Wands could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, I do see Scorpio as the King of Wands. Scorpio loves the color red. And we've got the King and the Knight here. So some of you have gone up to King from the Knight. You know what you want. Fear has held you back. There's been a scarcity mindset, possibly also not receiving what you wanted from the other person. And obviously you come through as very sexual, which is Scorpio rules sex. So if you've been dealing with someone that was pulling the strings relative to the intimate part of your life, that's another reason why some of you maybe have been looking elsewhere. But also scarcity mindset, where because you were dealing with someone that was more emotionally open, you are coming through as someone that's more sexually charged and playful, but I feel as though you've gone through some sort of humbling here. See, Ten of Wands. It's as though you feel as though, because some of you are very powerful with the King of Wands, you could be an entrepreneur. You're very powerful in many ways, but maybe where love is concerned and matters of health, there's been did I say health? Maybe that's the truth. There's been a scarcity where matters pertaining to heart is concerned. And of course, if you've been going through Four of Swords, healing, yes, many times when there's a lack of happiness, openness where the heart is concerned, and having a happy heart, of course, that could lead on to biological, physical healing that needs to take place. Let's see. Some of you have been working a lot, as I said, focusing very much on other things that were more important. Let's see what the Queen of Swords says. Eight of Cups. You're moving on. No more conflicts. And Eight of Pentacles. Putting in the work to move on. Wow. And putting in effort towards something. It could be an earth sign. It could be, I don't know, it could be a water sign. Ace of Pentacles is an opportune moment for something long-term and stable. But, and Nine Pentacles here, and there's the Nine of Pentacles, which is I'm free, I'm independent. I want more than just work, more than just money right now. I want something stable and long-term. And some of you are working extra hard if you're going through separation and divorce. It's like the Queen of Swords is sucking the life out of you. And yes, the blessings are ahead of you right now. You've been humbled greatly, Scorpio. Unfortunately, looks like you've gone through a period of happiness, but I feel that that was an illusion. What a reading. High Priestess, the other woman. Intuitive connection, telepathy, wisdom. Some of you are looking for answers, connecting with an astrologer, a tarot reader, or you need to listen to your higher self. See, Eight of Swords there again. Someone that's out of bounds, or maybe that was your perception that they were out of bounds to you. Why? Maybe you fell for someone who was very different, more wise and more aligned, more spiritually awake than what you were, because we know she's an advisor. This could be someone that you've fallen for, someone that's very different, and that would be Uranus in your 7th house. Let's see in the emotional department, a lot of thought, contemplation about communication. There is telepathy though. Family. What you're understanding is that this person, maybe they were part of your family, or they feel like a family member, and what you want, yes, you want this. Now, if this is your person, Scorpio, yes, they're into you 100%. They want something long term. Maybe this is what you've communicated with, whether it was telepathically or in reality, because we've seen the Eight of Wands quite often. Eight of Wands, we've seen it there, we've seen it here. So there must be also physical distance. You must be at a physical distance. The answer is yes, but there's a purging of a family which is blocking a family unit possibly, or even your upbringing of, you know, what you believe to be true. You're changing totally, but possibly the mute means no communication or a sense of emptiness. To me, what I'm getting here is that yes, you were full on, yes, I want this, yes, this is for me, even though this is something different, this is not what I expected, I really want this, but the blockages came either from people in your environment, family members, so it's got a lot to do with your upbringing. I mean, this was full on, we could see this, full on that we're heading towards something also quite stable, or something long term, or and then all of a sudden we have Newt, so full on, and then something's happening here, something twisted, something changed very quickly. That's what we have with the purge. And this could also say that's you're purging the quiet, which means that the noise is coming back on, which is the communication. Big dreams and mirroring. Whatever you're going through, Scorpio, your person is going through. They're your mirroring image. They're your other half. But masks are still being worn. Masks will be coming off. We did see that here with the Namika. We've got the inner child here. So there can be wounds also relative to your childhood, your upbringing. We've got big dreams here. So what you dream, you manifest for sure. Pay attention to your dreams. And also, possibly what you don't know, if this is relative to your person, is that your person is going through separation and divorce, and they're going for their dreams. Maybe one person is following the other, so not on the same timeline I get here. We've got lots of potential here. Let's get into the brain of your person. Let's see what your person is thinking. What is your person thinking? My heart is telling me just do it. See, this is a prison that you're putting onto your own heart. Okay? Because my heart is telling me just do it, but you're trying to look the other way. I don't know how I feel anymore. I can't seem to find the right words to say to you. I don't know if I can meet your expectations. You are an angel. I've thought a lot about you lately. Being apart has been life-changing for me. And I can't handle your words right now. I feel safer in the silence, and that's the mute here. So it feels like, dear Scorpio, it has been silent, it has been quiet, but this is all going to change. That is 100%, and it's going to change very suddenly and unexpectedly. Do expect that. Okay, and it's like the silence breaks and all of a sudden there's a huge surge of energy. Look at the Eight of Wands, energy surge and communication, which brings a get-together, a reconciliation, may bring contentment. The Two of Cups, someone you've always wanted to connect with, but you possibly fought against it. Either that or it's the opposite, okay? And we've got spiritual advisement, so a spiritual connection surely, but with two people involving a third. So maybe there was a commitment, and that was the lesson here as well. So very deep reading, very multifaceted. You'll have to watch it again and again. My dear Scorpio friends, thank you so much for your love. Always, I will be back. Good luck.